Defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
1:53 left to play in the first. On the wing, Irving. Back to Williams. The screen from Thompson. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Knicks leading by 3. Got a piece of it and stolen by Williams. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. It's rebounded by Seraphin.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And pushing it up, here's New York. Shot's good by Anthony.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Grant kicks to Anthony. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Knicks lead.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
It was Amundsen. He's checked in for the Knicks. Anthony with the bucket.
He is just tearing it up this court. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Irving passes to Varejao. Williams dishes to Varejao. Smith for 3. Afflalo pulls it in. Afflalo's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They grab their own miss.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter. And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball.
You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Knicks.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Robin Lopez out there with Amundsen. Then it's Anthony, then there's Afflalo, and it's Calderon in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. The Knicks leading by 11. The feed to Afflalo. He dishes it to Amundsen. A floater. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Last time they met in Cleveland.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met, but what a great game.
And in that game you mentioned, it was a great game. The reserves played a huge role.
And Anthony gets double teamed. Here is Amundsen. He's guarded by Love. Here's Lopez. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
And all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
So for the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Amundsen. And it's Lance Thomas in for Anthony. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. Afflalo outside. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. And it's Calderon, that time on the assist by Thomas. Calderon's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Hornets.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
All right, a moment to see the stats for LeBron James. Great showing for him last season. Averaged 25 points per game last season. 7 assists and 6 rebounds. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Here's Calderon, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Oh my God.
Setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson.
Welcome to BMO Harris Bradley Center. We are in Milwaukee, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks. And we're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Bucks. Here with their Milwaukee fans, and then back on the road. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments, and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
Yeah, and as far as the regular season goes, this is as good as it gets. This truly, to me, is the definition of a rivalry. I mean, a game between these two teams has